Welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday and is one of the stories that I like to tell you all about is when I went to service. Back old days in that time, the king, the Shah of Iran, made every graduate high school when they go to service, they would have to go 14 months to a far village that they didn't have no water, nothing, and teach the kids how to read and how to write for, because that was part of the service. And I was one of them that they call it the sixth generation of that program, and you would not choose where you want to go, but you would put down where is the things that you like to be going to. And in Iran, the north side of the Iran is the Caspian Sea, and that side is mostly green and grass and trees and jungle, and the weather is always cloudy and rain. And what I have end up choosing or told me to go, it was a small village about 3.5 hours from Tehran, and so I packed up my stuff and went to that village, that village was maybe 1.5 miles of the city of Amol. There was 3 hours to that city, and then you would go off about 1.5 miles. But that village was not like the village in south of Iran, but they had water, and, but all the houses in that village, they were building high elevation because of the ground is always soaked and water is dead. The business for that village was growing rice, the basmati rice that we have in a store right now here. It comes from part of some of the that village and the north side of the Tehran. So I pack up my clothes and stuff and went and find the village, and so there is no, you have to live with the family over there because there is no hotel or anything. So I choose one family with husband and wife, had 5-6 kids, and I always in my life wanted to make a difference in what I'm doing. Everybody can go over there and waste their time and just finish the 14 months and come. But I didn't want to do that because I wanted to do something while I'm here, and so I choose the little church building, very tore up building, and we put the blanket on the floor, and we had all the small kids come over there, and the 14 months you had to teach the kids up to 4th grade. So I started my life over there, and first they gave me the room that it was their guest room, and those people really liked to me being in their house because everybody wanted to be close to me, and they haven't seen somebody from army to come over there and live with them. So first couple of days I decided to cook myself, and Uh, so I gave money to the lady of the house, goes to the city and get the stuff. But I never was a good cook at that time, and so I messed up my lunch. I cook and I didn't know how to cook, and so I decided, told them, whatever you all eat, I eat, and then I pay you all for my food. And they agreed that, and they were happy that I'm eating them. But their food was, in the morning, was cooked rice, and in the lunchtime, it was just rice again, and at night it was rice. Sometimes they had chicken with them, sometimes they had eggplant with them. They would change with this meat and all that. Anyway, this place that they call it Abyak Mahalle, and had 278 people in there. And one guy was the chief of that village, which was an older guy, and for some reason he didn't like me because I was taking over the power he had, and I would tell people what to do most of the time. So going back to city and come back, it was a big hassle. You had to go around the place that they grow rice and circle until maybe a mile was a straight shot, but it would take maybe 30-40 minutes for you, plus sometimes you fall in the water and your shoes and all that. And also the place that they would go to take a bath or whatever, it was disaster. It was like a little pool, a very small one, and the water come from the somewhere, and then they would heat it up, and everybody would go in that water. In the morning, the woman goes, and in the evening, the men would go. But this place, everybody was having sore in their head and the eyes and all that because of this water was contaminated. Sometimes the kids would use it in the water, and these people would go in there and take a bath. So I saw all this, and I could not live with myself looking at this and let them keep on doing it. So I decided myself that I have to do something. These people need to be saved as far as the health-wise. So one day I got a padlock and go to where they go take a shower, lock the door, and I said, nobody can go there no more. That's it. That's the end of the things. You all have little money that getting from rice. You all have those money, and I need you all get together and have a meeting. And I want to make a good shower, make a good place to sit down, wash yourself and all that. Plus, a clean water comes over there. First day, it was opposition. Some people didn't want to give their money, or they said, no, we don't want to do that. We are okay. I said, absolutely, you cannot open the door no more. So the chief of the village come to me and said, man, you are really disturbing this community, and they have to take a shower at night, in the morning to pray. So how would you, I said, if you really, really want to help, you better get people together and one night, and we're gonna solve this problem. So they keep on going a couple of days, and then finally they decided that I'm not going to give in. So they got together, and I told them that everybody pitching $100 or $200, and I don't want to touch your all money. Find somebody that you all trust, give the money to him. And I go to the town and find a construction man and see what they charge to come do what I'm gonna tell them to do anyway. I went, got somebody, some construction guy, and he came. I told him what I need, and this guy started putting install plus the concrete on the floor and all that. And but the install was, he goes, one bricks goes up. It was you touch that, it would fall down. So I kicked the wall, and I told the guy, this is not what I want. I want you to fix it very steady so these people pay for it, and they need to have something solid. Well, the things built up, and it was very nice, and had a four-installed shower, and had a place people would sit down, wash their body, and the same way in the morning was men, and in the afternoon or whatever the schedule was. Anyway, they called me. They said, well, we like you to come the first person to take a shower, and we wash you, because they wanted to do something for me. So I said, okay, no problem. I went over there, and because of the wall was wet, and it was not dried yet, and it was CO2 gas still was there. So I'm sitting in the middle of the floor, and they are trying to wash me, and I just pass out because of the things. And they were scared that I pass out and I'm gonna die. They took me on horses and try to go to the town. But the fresh air got to me, and while I'm on the horse, and I woke up, I said, what in the earth you all doing? Where am I gonna go? Where are you taking me? And they said, oh, you almost died, and we were going to take you to the hospital. I said, I'm fine, let's go back. So we went back, and that place, they had things, and they said, wow, it is so good. Every day we go, and we just say thank you for him to do this. So the next step for me was the road, because this place was so close to town, but it would take hours to walk, because there was no way to go straight. You had to go left and right and go until you get to town. So I told them that I need another meeting. And they said, what is it now? I said, we need to fix the road, and we need to do it a straight shot to Amol. And they said, we have all this land that we building, growing rice. How are we going to do that? I said, you're going to lose some, but you're going to gain in the long run. And so they did come together, and they're all pitching, and all the young and older guys, they came and cut the tree, put some bridges, made the bridges, and made the road. And when they made the road, it was so wonderful, because we would go with the car all the way to the village. It would take 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes with the car, but it would take maybe 35, 40 minutes straight to go to town. And when I finished the road, my family from Tehran came to visit me, and they drove straight to come to the village. And we had a very, very, very good time in that village, and I was teaching the kids, and in the morning in a church little room, and enjoying myself and looking at this. But the things that where I was living, or all of them, is that they had one room, and this room, it was like a cave. Had to bend your head to get in. So, and they were putting like a charcoal and cook in that one room, and they sleep in one room, and they eat right there and all that. But the charcoal, when they cook, all the smoke was on top of the room, and you had to bend your head in order to sit down and eat. So coming from the city of Tehran, and I've seen people, having live in such a nice place, have a window and all that. I decided to tell my landlord that I know you don't have so much money, but I tell you what, one weekend when I go to Tehran, I like you come with me and I want to do something for you. And he said, what are you going to do now? I said, I want to build a house for you on the side of this house, and then I need you come with me. So we go to Tehran and buy a used window and all the material that we want. And so we did. And we came back, and on the side things, what they did, they had to elevate, do that. And also there was no brick to build the house. They were just mud, and they were building mud, and they built a nice room, and they had window, the nice door, get in there, and so much light in there. It was not like that is like you put your head down and go. And it was some room that people would come to from all over the village to see this. And I built one room for the guest room and one room for them. And then I had a balcony that I told her that, told my landlord wife that I'm going to get a gas, like you go to camping and you cook in the gas, not outside the room. And if you need to do the cooking, it's going to be outside. So after I did all that, people just love to come over there to see this. And they come to me and they said, man, can you do this for me? I said, well, I can't do all of you something, but I can take you, one of y'all, and show you what to do, and then you all start from right there. Well, for the time that I was there, 14 months, I built for my landlord the house, and had a shower and had a road, and it was time for me to finish my time, 14 months that I was fixing to leave. And my father and my family came with the car to the door of my house, my landlord, and picked me up, and we had to leave. But people from over there, they start one by one building a nice place for themselves, and pretty soon it start catching with the close village on that. They would have family that related to this place. So they come over there and see this, they go back and start doing theirs. But when I left, that place was totally different. And that was the idea of me to make a difference. While I'm there, I could do something for these people. And it's been so long, I haven't been back there, but my family one time went back there, and they said they still had the flag, and your name is on top of the flag. and they will still remember generation after generation who I was and what I was. And I really, in my life, I was so happy that I would help some people. Well, that was my story, and I hope you all like it. And please, if you like it, have thumbs up, and let me know if you have any comment or anything. But every Sunday I try to have get one of the story that happened for me. And thank you very much to watch.